Fox with the Ravnica Historical Society here, back with another video. Today, we're going to take a look at our daily deals in the store. We're going to look at some exciting new Innistrad cards that were previewed, and then we're going to talk about how they might impact Historic. So, let's get into it. Looking at the store here, I haven't peeked at these. You can see. Ooh, we get a pack today. So, let's see. We got Professor. A bunch of stuff that came in the Battle Pass. Although, I've got to say, Mortality Spear and Decisive Denial specifically seem like pretty good ones to get a hold of. Do we want to spend $900 on a Strixhaven pack? Or $900? I don't think we do. I think we've opened plenty of Strixhaven packs, and saving 10% isn't exactly what I want to do today. But not a terrible thing. You know, if you haven't opened a ton of Innistrad, 10% is 10%. It's not great, but let's take a look at these new spoiler cards. So Star City Games actually posted these yesterday. They're on the front page under the news section. If you want to come in and take a look at these, they've got a little blurb about each card. We're going to run right through them. Oh. Starting with Wrenn and Seven. This one is super exciting. A 5-mana mono green planeswalker. It comes in at 5 loyalty. The +1 is reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all the land cards revealed this way into your hand, and then the rest go into your graveyard, which is huge. Not only is that letting you draw an absurd number of lands, but you also get to put the leftovers into your graveyard, which can be really good for just obviously any black-red, black-green, Jund strategies that really synergize with the graveyard. So that's an amazing +1. The 0 on this card is put any number of lands from your hand onto the battlefield tapped, which also seems pretty crazy. Because I can see that for 5 mana, just getting 3 lands onto the battlefield and a 5 loyalty planeswalker is a pretty good value. Like, this thing's already crazy, crazy high value. And then you look at this -3. Create a green tree folk creature token with reach, and this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. So presumably, Wrenn and Seven is coming down on turn 5. We can -3 this to make a 5/5 reach and have a 2 mana or 2 loyalty planeswalker left over. That does really good stuff. The amount of just pure value crammed into this planeswalker. Bam, bam. Insane. Insane. And then the ultimate here is return all permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. You gain an emblem with you have no maximum hand size. So the ultimate, I wouldn't say actually threatens to win the game, but really the rest of this card does a pretty good job of that on its own. I'm super excited to see this in Standard. I don't quite know if this would make any waves in Historic. It seems a little too slow. I mean, if Nissa, Who Shakes the World, isn't making any waves in Historic, it doesn't seem like this is going to do a whole lot more. It's expensive at 5 mana, but we'll have to wait and see. As far as Standard goes, this card is a slam dunk, though. We'll move on here. The next card is Champion of the Perished, which I think is just hilarious. A 1/1 zombie for 1. And of course, whenever another zombie enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Champion of the Perished. Obviously, this is a play on Champion of the Parish. Just a really, really high-octane, powerful zombie card to see print on Historic, or print in Historic, print on Arena. I guess it's not print. But however you want to look at it, to see this card come to Arena is really exciting. Very, very glad to have another very powerful zombie. The next card we have up here is Triskaidekaphile, a really fun, interesting card. A 1/3 human wizard for 2. You have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game, and then you can pay 4 to draw a card. Again, not sure if this is going to be playable in Historic. It's a really cool card, though. A 2-mana card that says you win the game on it. Last time they did that, it broke the entire game. So we'll have to see what people do with this one. Kind of a lot more hoops to jump through, I guess you would say. It's quite a bit harder to get 13 cards in your graveyard than it is to mill yourself out, basically. But this is really interesting, and we'll see if somebody can't come up with a cool Triskaidekaphile deck. Really interesting stuff. The next card we're going to take a look at here is Join the Dance. Kind of a little bit of a lackluster one. For a green and a white, create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens, and then it flashes back for 5. It's coming in at uncommon. It's cool that we have flashback in the set. I think that's more what this is teasing. This definitely feels like a limited thing as far as Standard goes. Not very playable, but bringing flashback back into the game, really good stuff. The next card we have is Play with Fire. This one is huge. A 1-mana instant, red. Play with Fire deals 2 damage to any target. If a player is dealt damage this way, scry 1. Super interesting variant on Shock, where if we throw it at a player, we get to scry, which means that I guess we are one step closer to a dedicated burn deck in Historic. Really cool to see this card coming in. I think this is just a very, very interesting variation on Shock. I really like it. Probably going to see play in Historic. I wouldn't bet quite yet. We need like 2 more really good burn spells to make this a thing. But the burn deck is coming, and this will almost certainly be a part of it. And for Standard, it also seems like a really good option. Next, we've got Infernal Grasp. Huge, huge magic card here. 1 in a black, instant, destroy target creature. You lose 2 life. We have now, without a doubt, the best 2 mana removal spell in the game. It's been Terror, it's been Doomblade, it's been Go for the Throat, it's been Heartless Act, it's been a lot of things over the years. We now finally have destroy target creature. Of course, losing 2 life, not a huge payment, but sometimes it is quite a lot. There are situations where you're going to be racing, and that's not going to be ideal, but to have finally the 2 mana instant that says destroy target creature, full stop, it's a big deal for Magic, and you better believe that this is going to see play in every format on Arena, for sure. And then the card I'm most excited about that was spoiled, Consider. It's a blue instant, 1 mana. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard and then draw a card. It is essentially Surveil and then draw a card. It's a little bit the opposite of Opt. Really, really, really powerful stuff here. I mean, we already know that Graveyard Synergy is a big, big deal in Historic. So to give us a blue spell that lets us put it into our graveyard rather than the bottom of our library before we draw is absolutely enormous. It's not quite Thought Scour, obviously, but it's a step in that direction. This card is so good. It's good for the control decks. It's good for the combo decks. It's good for the aggro decks if they want to play this thing. It's very, very good. I'm really excited. I think this is a pretty clean, elegant design as our 1 mana cantrip on Historic, on Arena. The fact that it's going to be in Standard is pretty cool, but the impact that this card will have on Historic is enormous. It makes Red Blue Phoenix a little bit better. Like, Brainstorm just got banned, so to replace Brainstorm with this is almost just a lateral move. It's a little bit worse than Brainstorm, but it does put 2 cards into your graveyard, which is absolutely insane. I'm really excited to see what this card does to Standard. It comes out pretty soon, right? It's August or September when these cards come out. I'm not exactly sure when Midnight Hunt comes out, but this is looking to be a pretty powerful set so far. That's the last card we have today. There's some basic lands here. They're called like the Eternal Night basic lands. Let me see if I can find, what is it? Midnight Hunt offers 2 new cycles of full art basic lands. Check out the Eternal Night basic lands. Yeah. Pretty interesting. I don't think I personally like them. The black and white kind of zombie theme. I don't know. This swamp is pretty cool. But as just a theme overall, I can't say that I love it. But not everything is for everybody. So I'm sure there are going to be people who really, really like these. And who knows? Maybe we'll get a hold of them. Maybe I'll change my mind when I see them in the client. But it's not super exciting. Yeah, Jerry T had a super cool article today on Star City Games about finding the best Dragon's Rage Channeler deck in Historic. I thought it was interesting. I don't want to show the whole article, but Jerry's Is It Phoenix list, there's a Dragon's Rage Channeler, and there's no Stormwing Sprite. Or what is it called? Stormwing Entity. Kind of interesting, I thought, that Jerry and I came to the same conclusion that card doesn't need to be in the deck anymore. So pretty interesting stuff. Definitely give these a peek. I will put this link in the description below. I want to thank everybody for hanging out, checking out these spoilers. It's crazy that we have finished Jumpstart Horizons spoilers, but the set's not out yet, and we're already getting spoilers for the next thing. It is absolutely crazy. Historic is a wild ride, but I've got to say so far, I'm as excited for Innistrad as I am for Jumpstart, just based off of these handful of cards. Like, Wrenn and Seven looks so good. Champion of the Perished is awesome. A couple of cards that don't look amazing, but Play with Fire, Infernal Grasp, like, these are all probably going to become Historic staples. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these cards. So we'll see what's in the rest of the set. Super exciting stuff. As always, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Thank you all for subscribing and checking out the videos. I know we've been growing a little bit over the last couple of months. I'm really excited to have all the new viewers. Thank you all. Thank you to anybody who's been with the channel for the last couple months for hanging out and supporting the videos. Couldn't have done it without all you guys. You know I love making these videos. It's been so much fun. Thank you all for hanging out. Don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to subscribe. We're going to be putting out videos almost, but every weekday. So much fun. I'm looking forward to more spoilers coming out for Innistrad. We'll see when we get the next batch. Of course, we'll be talking about it here on the Ravnica Historical Society. As always, I've been PB the Fox. You've all been awesome, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. No, it's Friday. We'll see you back on Monday. Take care, everybody.